Hello everyone, welcome back to Sengoku Dynasty on our latest installments in our journey. Just wanted to recap on a couple of things from the last video. So we now, as we know, we now got a couple more buildings in place. That's the workshop and also the kitchen. What I've done off screen as well is I had a little look in regards to adding extra tables, etc. Into your building. So we now have got 3 tables in the workshop, so we can accommodate 3 villages, although only 1 can live in here. So if you do get 3 villages, you would have to put housing for the other 2. Another thing that we'll be looking at in due course is an extra, what I would call hob to cook. There's little point putting in a normal workplace hob at the moment, purely and simply because they do the same thing, whereas if you get a cooking pot, you can do a lot more fancy meals, etc. So once that gets unlocked, we'll put a cooking pot in there. Also I believe in the forager's hut, let's just run across there, there should now be 2 foragers. There is, so there's 2 foragers working at the forager's hut. Did a bit more landscaping, so there's a lot of grass has been taken out, so there's a lot of grass now in the storage units. And I will continue to do that as time goes on, because there's still plenty of space that we can kind of develop from here. And you can see we've got some housing here, and I just done a little bit of aesthetics. So each house has got a little pathway for now. So today, what do we do today? Well, I want to concentrate again a bit more on getting some more buildings in place. The latest quest, which is the bridge being built, won't be done until the end of the season, and I got a feeling if I look at the map, we are still in, we're in the last day of summer, so all being well, come to the next day into autumn, that quest will be finished. So we're going to check on other quests that we've got open as well. We haven't got any side quests at the moment. And open the gates we've already gone past, but we do need to head on over to ask the abbot for permission to settle a new village. So that's one thing that we'll need to look to go to as well. We may try and get that into this video as well. Okay, now one of the things again from the menu we picked up before was the fact that we have lack of beverages, and as you can see, that's going to affect the mood for every villager. And I mentioned before that the simple well isn't available until your legend reach level 9. However, I've had a look at the menu and they have what I call a small well. So if we go into, I believe it's into the village structures, we go into wells, there is a small well. And I'm hoping, if we put this over, where should we put this? Should we put this over here? Yeah, why not? Put this here. I'm hoping that'll give us the opportunity to put, there you go. So we can put in 10 buckets into there and get some water out. Now we need to make those buckets, that's the other thing. So let's head on over to the workshop, as I believe it is done in the workshop. I may be wrong, but we'll find out in a minute. And we go into craft. There we are, buckets. So we need planks, any planks we need. So we need to dig some planks. It's 1 plank per bucket. It gives us the option to do 10. Let's have a look in our storage, because this is where the good thing about it is if I have a general storage and a wooden storage, what we also need, which I think is this one. There we go. Right. We've got 147 planks. So let's take out 10 of those. Now we're going to craft. And we're going to craft 10 buckets. Okay, we now have 10 buckets. We are now going to run over to the well. And you just drop the buckets in. So you hold on to each, drop all of them in, and they will fill up with water slowly. Now what will happen is that when you come back to the well in a bit, when the retrieve water currently says 0, that should hopefully say 100. I believe. If it's not 100, then it's 10. But either way, it'll kind of come. It will have water in a moment. That water then goes into the food storage, and that will then count to our stock. Okay. So we've done the well. I mean, and again, I think the simple well gives you the option to put in 20 rather than 10. But again, we'll look at it as the needs arise. So let's have a look and see what buildings we can now construct. And we go into the normal builds and the production building. And the hunter's hut is available as well as the fisherman's hut is available. So let's do one at a time. Let's do the hunter's hut first. So we'll come out the menu first of all to find a bit of room where we're going to put the hunter's hut. Let's look around and see where should we put the hunter's hut. I'm kind of sort of trying to build from the outside in because I want to use some of the inner stuff for the farming. So let's see if we can put the hunter's hut here. Just for now, let's go back a bit. What we'll do first of all is just do that. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. So we're just going to quickly build the hunter's hut. Although the hammer's now been destroyed, so we need to make a hammer. And we need a log. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down this tree here. Oh no, that's just to get sticks and charcoal. Well, we'll chop it down anyway, because we want the room in the middle. And the same with this one. We'll create some more room while we're here. There's no reason why we can't do a bit of both. Multitasking. But in the meantime, let's head over to one of the bigger trees out here. We won't use a burnt one, which is what that is. We'll use one that isn't burnt. So this one here. We'll pick up all the logs, and then we'll make ourselves 4 hammers. And let's head on back over and finish building our hunting lodge. Apologies, there was a bit of lagging again at the moment. I think it's just because when you run, sometimes it does do that. As you can see on here, these walls are slightly better planks rather than sticks. And one of the focuses I'd like to look at in the coming videos is being able to convert the housing we have into better, materials. So we've got general access, so that's kind of things like you need for, presumably for like knives, etc. We have a bed. I want to see if I can put an additional table in here. So remember, it's in the furniture, not the village structures, the furniture. And we've got the hunter's hut. That's because we haven't finished upstairs yet. Right, we need to finish upstairs first of all before we can finish downstairs. Okay, that's fine. We're going to head on upstairs, and you can imagine this is kind of very similar to what we've seen before. So we've now got a hunter's workbench there. Can we fit another one in there? Let's have a look, shall we? Right. I need to rotate it. It doesn't look like we can. Actually, what I will try and do, if we move the wood storage access, and again rotate it, and put that in the corner, like that, and then we'll do exactly the same and put the workbench next door. I think we need to rotate that as well because we need to be able to get to it to see whether or not it will allow us to do that. It's looking like we're not going to be able to. It's a bit of a shame. I'd really like to have a second workbench up there. I'll revisit it and see whether we can do that at a later date. In the meantime, let's see if we can put a second table in here, a workplace table in here, which I'm hoping we should be able to do. And again, we'll need to rotate it. And again, I think it looks like we're not going to be able to. Okay, that's fine. We'll just stick to what we've got. Again, it may need a bit of kind of moving around before we can actually do anything with it, but having one of each is fine. So in the meantime, I did see, there we are, there, I thought I saw someone earlier on, someone hiding behind our bell. Okay, so Cha-Cha is his name. We can then go into population, Cha-Cha home, which will be in the hunter's hut. And she's employed, so I'll make her employed with the hunter. Now we want her at the hunter at the workplace, not the workbench. And this is because she can collect items. So we need meat. We will need knives. I just checked how many knives. We've got one knife in stock, so we'll need to put some more knives in there. We'll do the same with the fat. And the same with fur. And we'll do 2 lots of meat. And actually, yeah, we'll leave the fur going and the fat, but we'll do 2 lots of meat. But let's just create some stone knives while we're at it. So we'll come out of there and create some stone knives. Got 17 of them. And we'll put them into the storage unit. So we've now got 7 knives we're going to put in. There we go. Which I'll put another hammer in there out of the way as well, so we know we've got a bit of room. Okay. Now, all being well, if you go back into the jobs, and we go into the workplace, there we go, we can then tell it what we've got. And it's going to do those maximum numbers for us, so we should get 16 meat a day, 3 fur and 10 fat. And that's good, that's fine. Okay, now I'll go back to the well. I'm hoping by now that we have, it's still filling up, so it's done 3 so far, so let's take those 3 out and put them into the food resource. No, it's not the food resource, my apologies. We need a beverage resource, and this is where we'd forgotten to do this before. That's fine. Right, so let's have a look and see where we're going to put the beverage resource. I want it close to the... Let's see down here. Should we put down here? Next to my house here. Why not? Okay, so go in the storage buildings, beverage resource, and we'll just put that at an angle there. Just finish building that off. Going to put a window in here. Oh no, we can't put a window in here by the look of it. Well, that's a shame. So again, I'm learning like you are as we go along. Right, so we should be able to. Yeah. So this is the building. It has haystack insulation. What it does to the building, I do not know. I don't know why it's on there, but it is. Is that complete? Or has it still got some more stuff to do? Yeah, inside. There we go. Right, and we're going to open up the storage and we're going to put in the water. Unfortunately, there isn't a quick and easy way of putting stuff into here, but we'll do that anyway. I'm not going to put the sake or the oil in there as of yet, because I think the oil is needed for other applications. We don't want our villagers just to drink it. Although, why they would, I don't know. And then if we go into the dynasty, you can see here we've now got, we're consuming 180 per day, or per, I think it's per day, yeah. And we've got 1,200 in stock. We've actually, what it does is actually, we've only put in 300 items of water, but it looks like it counts as 4. So when the other 700 are done on the well, we are going to have a lot in the store. So it's going to keep us going for a while. The maintenance has now appeared. Now maintenance is, as we said before, earlier, one of the early videos, it's your buildings that need repairing, replacing, etc. And what they would need to do that. And it's kind of coming to the point where you have your woodcutters that are creating planks, your miners that are mining clay, and obviously stones from the mining post, which we haven't got a mining post yet. So we are slightly ahead of the game in the sense that we've got a +6 net marker, which means we're not going to be losing anything at the moment. So actually the only thing we're losing on is the beverages. Now, to get around that, what we would do is then have someone go to the well and generate the water every time. At the moment, I'm in no hurry, so that's fine. Okay. Right, so where are we at now? It's, I think, coming to the end of the day. In fact, it looks like there's moonlight coming over. Oh, that's lightning, actually. But let's look at the timing anyway. Oh no, it's still afternoon. So we've still got a bit of time in the day before we start the new season. And again, let's look at the buildings that we are able to build. So we've got a fisherman's hut. So we've got a forager, we've got the workshop, we've got the woodcutter, we've got the kitchen, we've got the hunter's hut. Fisherman's hut's the next one's available. So we could put in a fisherman's hut, but again, I want to hold fire just for a little while. There's no reason why I want to hold fire, I just want to leave it for the time being. We go into the storage buildings. The next one will be the armory and ice storage. And on my previous game that I've played for 5 seasons, I hadn't even got to the point of bringing these 2 in. The armour I didn't feel was much use until I started creating weapons and arrows and etc. So they will all go in there. And of course the ice storage sort of speaks for itself. So whenever you get to that point, we will look at how that affects what we need to do. And it says here each village requires 1 to harvest and store ice and produce ice related goods. So it's a bit like a mini freezer, I suppose, really. So anyway, okay. Housing, we're not yet at the standard house level, and I think that's about looking where we're here. Yeah, so it's given us options to add things into all of the buildings that may become available. That's what the end of the marker's for. So as I said before, you've got the ability to put another half place into the kitchen, but I want to wait and get this. So these are the ones that you want to work to. On there. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit more resource collecting off screen. So I've actually So hi, here we go again. It's autumn now, so just a bit of an animation while it goes through. Whilst we were just finishing off the summer, I did a bit of resource collecting, so knocking down a lot of the, cutting down rather, a lot of the charcoal, old trees. Gives us sticks and charcoal, which is very useful. So I'll just let this run through. There we go. And as you can see, we reached level 8, so that's certainly going to help us. It also tells us that the build on the bridge is finished, which is brilliant news. And let's go and also collect some more water. There we go. So I'm going to put the water in the beverage shed. There we go. So I'll just do that. And that should give us enough water to last us a long time. All being well. Okay, so it looks like we need to talk to Toshichi, so let's have a quick chat to him. So he's told us there's some sort of demon around down the road, and also that the fact that Kenyo saw about this demon first. So we can go straight there, or we can ask Kenyo what he saw, and then we'll take it from there. So in the meantime, we'll have a little look again now. When we've reached level 8, let's just see if there's anything on the buildings that we can actually start on. So production, we're still at Fisherman's Hut, and then it goes to Taylor. So we've got a little while yet before we get to that. And again, I will get the Fisherman's Hut done, but it's not something I want to do straight away. Service buildings, the armory storage unit has been unlocked, but again, I've not started making any weapons or anything like that yet, so we don't really need it at the moment. And the new house is available, so we can actually put in a new house, which we'll probably do soon. One of my thoughts is that we will look to do a second village at some point, and that means moving down the coast a bit. I have found that there's a nice flat open ground down by the beach. It's a bit further down the map. I think if I bring the map up, from what I've heard, somewhere around about here, this is quite flat and open, and it means that we can look to the other bigger village here as well as the one we've already got at the moment, and that's fine. One other thing I want to look at as well is farming. So let's go into I think it's not that one. There we are, it's in village structures. Farming's at the top of the page here. So we have the option to plant land and water fields. They're like the paddy fields and just all land fields. What we want to do is to try and start growing some crops. So let's see what room we have in the middle. And again, it looks like the grass has grown back post-season, so we'll clear a bit of ground. Let's put it around about here. Let's just clear this bit here, make it look good. And the same here. That's all to do with the library. Okay, so the housing is going to continue along here, and probably will go around the back. So we might put another set of housing down the back of here. But in the meantime, let's find a nice spot for some planting. Right, let's say, well, let's go over here, shall we? Right, so we're going to put in some fields. So around here. Okay. And to begin with, how should we do about something along those sort of lines? How's that? Something small and easy. What I want to have a look at as well is with the land field, you can put someone in place to do the job. So we're going to assign a worker. Let's choose that one, shall we? But we've got nothing that we can give her at the moment, so we need some seeds. Now, if memory serves me right, if we go and see the priestess just over around the corner here, she has got some seeds that we can buy off of her, and we made a little bit of money on the back end of those, some of those seashells. So let's go in here. I'm feeling she's up here. Oh, there she is. There we go. Look at that. So we're going to trade, and she has got soybean seeds which can be planted in the spring. Well, we're not in the spring at the moment, so we need something to be planted in the autumn. And she hasn't got anything that is worthwhile. Okay, that's absolutely fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold fire on that. But in the meantime, let's continue looking at our quests. Right, let's see where the abbot is first of all. Now the abbot is nearly 1800 meters away, so it's not something we're going to be doing right now. We'll look at that eventually. So let's go back in and change that quest to there, and we're going to go and see to find out where everybody is. So as Kenyo is closer than the reported demon, we'll go to Kenyo first. And we'll head on up over the stairs. And we'll ask him about the creature. He talks about his wife. Okay, so we've talked about it, and we're now going to go and find this demon. Now before I do anything else, I just want to go into the inventory, because we have got some new clothing. So we're going to equip ourselves with the clothing, and we're going to unequip this clothing, and we're going to put this clothing in its place. So at least now we have better clothing than we did have before, and we can just sell that raggedy old thing, get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to look on the map, see whereabouts on the map they are. It's alleged to be. Okay, yep, so it's down there, so we're going to take the road down here. Now one good thing about this area, there is loads and loads of grass. So if you ever run out and you've got your relevant tool, your sickle, there's no reason why you can't come here and clear this out. It will regrow. What's this here? This is probably just burnt out remains. It is. Yep. So let's go up over here, and this is the alleged demon. Bit more animations coming up. Okay, and that's the quest finished for that particular area, and we've got ourselves a mask as well, which is useful. But she's now disappeared. She's gone. Okay, so it says now go to the watchtower, which is just up of the hill here. So we'll carry on and head over to the watchtower. Now, again, be ultimately careful around here. There are wolves when you get closer. I got caught out once before coming down here. And of course then, and I haven't said this before actually, I'm going to say it now, if you do end up being killed by an animal or you die for whatever reason, you will respawn back into your house in your village. Now in one respect that's fine, because then you're back where you started. You'll lose a little bit of money and also a bit of legend percentage I believe as well, or food anyway. It might be, in my opinion, respawn is okay, but if you've done a lot of kind of effort into your questing and you're so far away from home, you've got to go back across the same territory, it might be worth saving it and then loading the save rather than respawning. So, okay, right, so we're going to go up to the watchtower. Now, just quickly run up there. There we go. And again, we should get another cutscene now. And this kind of like takes us across the land to show us where other villages have been constructed and built. And these are places that you will end up going within your questing. Kind of gives you an overview point as well of probably where you could start looking to place a new village nearby. I believe that's mine that's just gone over. This I think is the mining village. So it's one of the three that will probably need to be visited soon. And this is a temple. Now don't worry, the game hasn't ended if you're wondering why this suddenly has appeared yet. It doesn't mean the game's ended. It's just kind of, it's a bit like one of those things we have in a film where you have a massive amount that goes on in the film and then all of a sudden the open credits appear. And then we're back on to the watchtower itself. So on the left hand side you will see now that we have 4 new tasks that have come up. Well, actually 3. One's already in place. One is the Ask and the Abbot. The other 3 are going to Aratana, Awasake, Saki, and Segi. This is optional, but to be honest, I would recommend going all 3, and then end up over with the Abbot. However, because that's going to be quite a bit of a journey to do those, I'm actually going to leave them to the next video. So we'll come across those in the next video. In the meantime, let's head on back down the stairs. Actually, is there anything I need to take from here first? I don't think there is. No. Let's head on down the stairs then. Let's look at the map and see where each of the areas are. So just zoom in a bit more. Okay, so as you can see, there's one here, which I believe, does it come up with a name? No, not yet. So I think it doesn't come with a name until you visit it. And then the other 3 are all down here, as you can see. So actually what we can do is we can go to the nearest one and then head on, and then obviously we'll head on back over. The reason why I'm saying this is that once you visit a village, you can then fast travel to and from it. So if we go to that village now, I can then fast travel back to our village moving forward. So let's find where the road is leading us to it. So here we are, we're coming into the village. I've seen a couple of traders en route. They don't have a lot of money, so it's a bit of annoying, but never mind, not to worry. This was the Iwazaki, which is the mining village, and then when you go to each village, it's going to ask you to talk to just any villagers to see what life is like. So we just talk to anyone that comes across. Unfortunately, again, they do get to, they talk about some of the people here are kind of downtrodden, unfortunately. We're asking about mining, and it's a certain individual we need to speak to, so we'll go in, and as it's a side quest, we'll mark it as tracked. And I believe it's like with any quest, when you're doing a quest, if you make sure you track the one you want, and then it'll take you, the symbol will become yellow. And like with all, you will have a backstory. Now, it says you get a pickaxe in the mine and do some mining. I've got a pickaxe already, so I should be fine. Just got to find the mine. So again, this is the side quest, just again make sure you click on it. It is already there, that's fine, perfect. At the same time, we'll talk to another villager as well. I'll probably talk to a couple more inside the mine. We're a little bit deeper into the mine, and we should be able to do some ourselves. There we go. Now we just need to get 15 iron ore. There we go, we've got the iron ore sorted out. Just want to chat to this one as well. Let's go and find Dong again. Sorry, here he is. Okay. So he's asking us now to create 5 steel pickaxes and 5 iron shovels. Now this is something we won't have the ability to do just yet. We haven't got enough iron ore, and we need to melt down for steel. So this is something that we will come back to later on. In the meantime, let's just see who else we can talk to regarding the village. Let's talk to this person here. What about this person here? That one's got a bit of a... Okay. I'm hoping to get at least a couple more conversations out. Let's talk to this guy here. I think I've spoke to most already. Let's see if there's anybody else that we can talk to while we're here. Of course, the fact that you want to get the quest done means that we need to talk to the villagers now. Nothing out there. What's this house up here? Now these people here are all refugees. We've got an abundance of female refugees. Let's talk to a male one. So we're going to pick a home for him while we're at it. We've got space for one more anyway, so we'll put them in that house there. And let's see what he can do. Set him to work. Let's put him on the workbench. We'll get him to make some simple arrows for now, but we won't do that many because I haven't got that many feathers. Okay, and we're going to make a short bow. Again, we'll make just a couple because I haven't got much in the way of bamboo either. Let's keep us going for now. So we know where to come back to, and remember when you're going between towns, once you've found a village, you can fast track. I have a distinct feeling that basically we've done what we can in regards to this. I don't think there's anybody else we can talk to. So what we'll do is we'll head on back over to our own village, and to do that we now have fast travel capability. So we can click on fast travel, we click on our location. It costs us 10 coins. Okay, so we're back home from our fast travel. It's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed the content and learned some pointers on what to do, especially around the quests. Again, with regards to quests, obviously take them at your own pace. You may already be ahead of me, or you may be quite a way behind me. Either way, It's entirely up to you how you progress. But I'll continue showing how these quests are going for now within the content, along with the new buildings, and we'll also be looking at some, hopefully getting into planting some crops as it's autumn. We want to get something in the ground before winter, as I don't think you can plant anything in winter, and it'd be a bit of a waste of time otherwise. So we want to try and find some traders that will sell some seeds. And they weren't the two that were over in the last village, so I think it'll be another village that we'll need to go to. In the meantime, if you have liked what you've seen, then please do click the like button, and of course subscribe. Other than that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.